Hey guys, we're just getting ready for class here. This week's class, we're going to be going over the TSC trade plan that we've been going over the past few weeks. We're going to go over how to grow a small $2,500 account and the process and steps through that. We're going to go over your monthly bills, budgeting. I get a lot of questions like that frequently about how do traders budget around their trades for the month. So we're going to go over that, and then we're going to go over some of the trades we made on Friday and our trade plan in action, guys. Okay? So first off, let's get started with our day trading challenge details. We did a day trade challenge at the Santarelli Exchange 2 weeks ago. I teamed up with another company. We did a virtual trading account challenge, and it was really nice because the way that contest was set up, me as the instructor and teacher, I was able to see the exact entries and exits of each of the students, and more importantly, we were able to put the TSE trade plan on that page that people could have followed. The TSE trade plan, the details, the entries, exits, how to find the trades, and like I said, then I was able to go over it with a few students. Now, while that was happening, I ended up having a student come over, and they wanted to take a class with me, and his name was Ed Artico, and he was here for about the past week. I've been training him. This is actually his printout of the trade challenge, which is honestly just the trade plan. This is the trade plan checklist, which we're going to go over now. But like I said, there's been a lot going on the past 2 weeks. That's why I haven't done many videos. I've had a lot of students taking one-on-one classes and coming to the office here. So let's get started now, guys. First off, what I wanted to go over is the trade plan that we made at TSE. And I'm going to link that trade plan in the link below once I get done here. But it's really simple. This is the trade plan checklist here at TSE. In this simple day trading plan, we are looking for breakouts or breakdowns. It is important to note that I will be using the 50-day SMA and then either the 10 or 20-day SMA depending on market conditions and volatility. Always pick a time frame and stick to it. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is if you're doing day trades, for example, have that same time frame. If you're looking at a 1 day, 1 minute chart, stay at that 1 day, 1 minute chart the entire time frame. If you're using a 3-minute candle chart for today, then just stick with the 3 minutes. Don't enter on a 3-minute daily chart or a 1 day chart and then exit on a 1 minute, 1 day chart. You know, you want to stick with the same time frame per each trade. Okay? Next, like I said here, always pick a time frame and stick to it. For day trading, I like to either use the 1 minute, 3 minute, 1 day, or 5 minute, 1 day charts. That's a great setup I like to use for day trading. But whatever one I start using, I always stick to that. And more importantly, when I'm day trading, I'm devoted to that trade. If I'm in a trade right here, I have my main screen right here blown up like this, and I can see the trade as it progresses, as we enter, and as it hits those SMAs for our exits. Next, guys, for me, I've told members there's 3 phases during my type of trading. Okay, those 3 phases are breakout momentum, the no trade zone, and breakdown momentum. And as you can see here, every single chart with this strategy that I've created, every single chart has these 3 phases. Okay, and as a trader, a trade system works based on if you could find patterns and trade off those patterns. Okay, and that's what TSE has done. We found patterns that we could take advantage of, and we trade them. You know, I'm going over stuff that was never taught before in our system because I like teaching and I like helping you guys out. So, like I said, guys, the 3 phases in our trade plan are the breakout momentum, the no trade zone, and the breakdown momentum. And as you can see here, and as you can see on any stock that we look at, every stock, every chart that we look at with these SMAs and with the TSE trade plan, they all have those 3 phases. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. Every one of them has those phases consecutively. There's no gaps in between. Once one phase is over, the other phase starts. And that's important as a trader, because if you can recognize these patterns and these phases, you can take advantage of them. And that's what our TSE trade plan right here goes over in detail. Okay, so as you guys can see, there's 3 phases in the day trade or in a trade pattern. I have a better pick on their YouTube videos that you can check that out. The breakout momentum phase, we enter calls or shares when the candle crosses above the red 50-day SMA and the blue 20-day SMA, or 10-day if you're using that, crosses above the 50-day red SMA. So it's simple. Once we get a candle that crosses above the 50-day SMA, and then once we get the blue 20-day or 10-day crosses above the 50-day. That's what we're looking for. And you can see that. We're going to go over some trades we did this week using this system, and we're going to go over some of our member reviews that had a great week this week with this system. We close on the first full candle below the 20-day SMA. Again, guys, this is the trade plan. I have this available for anyone. All you have to do is print it out, and you guys can take a view of it. And the nice thing about my system, you could back test this, and you can see how well it works. And there's no refuting that type of information. That's one of the reasons why I just got a new Porsche, guys. And I love it. All right, next phase is the breakdown momentum phase. We are looking for an entry of puts or shorting shares on the first candle below the red 50-day SMA, and when the 20-day SMA crosses below the 50-day SMA, which again, we're going to go over. We want to take this a step further. Now see, that was the easy part, okay? That's simple. Now if you want to buy at the bottom and sell at the top, here is the details on how I could do that. Again, guys, this is just my method that I use, you know, and it's what works for me. We want to take this a step further and trade these methods on stocks making the largest moves. I get a lot of members that'll say, Dave, what do you think of this stock? What do you think of that stock? And to be totally honest, they come to me a lot of times with junk, with garbage stocks. Stocks that I've never heard of before, companies I've never heard of. And, you know, with the market, first off, you're looking for liquidity. When you're a smaller trader, your small account really doesn't matter that much to the market. So, you know, your trades really don't affect the market conditions and things like that. But once you start growing your account, and once you start trading a $500,000 account, $1 million account, $2 million account, you have to trade differently. You have to get into stocks that are more liquid, that have more volume. Volume is going to be very important once you start growing an account, because you need that liquidity when you're trading a larger account. So that's why I tell members, take it a step further, use this trade plan, but use it on the best of breed stocks. If you're looking at the best performing sector, what I would do is look at the top performing stocks in that sector, and then look to see if you could use this trade plan on any of those. Then we even take it a step further than that, and we listen to breaking news. And, you know, as a trader, you're going to have to pay money for information and for news. You know what they say, it takes money to make money. It's true in any business. It's true in any career that you take. You know, just like if you're going to be a doctor, you have to invest in education. As a trader, you're investing in information and ideas. So one thing I like about that is Benzinga Pro. It's expensive, but I love it, and it gives me the information I need. So I listen to Benzinga Pro. It's called Squawk. I listen to any type of breaking news. And what's awesome about Benzinga Pro, let's, for example, say that Merck, which is a pharmaceutical drug company, let's say that Merck just came out with a new drug for cancer or something like that. And it's going through its FDA trials and trying to get approval for it from the FDA. let's say, you know, you have your news, you have your newspapers, you have your TV, whatever it is you listen to news. Benzinga, the one nice thing about them is they're the wire news. You know, they're getting information and news the instant it happens. And yes, it is an expensive service, but it's well worth it. Let me tell you why. So like I said, if Merck just had a drug that they're testing for a cancer trial and it gets approved, what I'll hear on Benzinga, which, let me bring it up quick. Here is Benzinga Pro, okay? And what happens is you click on Squawk here, and then the guy throughout the day, he reads you the news as it's happening live before it's on the mainstream news, the mainstream media. And that information there is so valuable because what's happening is you're able to take that information and trade on it before it's even on the news. That's a big deal, guys. I'm telling you, because we did it on Friday. Let me show you what happened on Friday. So here is the Santarelli Exchange. This is our trade room. It's open to you guys this month. And what you can see, we start off the day around 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. Everyone says hello, good morning. Someone asked me if I thought a pullback was coming at 9:38. I told them I think the rest of this year the markets are going to head lower, in my opinion. And I showed them the video. I made a video on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, search the SantarelliExchange.com. Over a month ago, I called this market heading lower. And you can't refute that. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. And we said, guys, it looks like the market's heading lower. The question is it going to be a big sell-off or just a little sell-off? And it's turning into a bigger one. We're still in breakdown momentum. I'll go over more of the market conditions later. But anyway, so I showed them the video that I made about a month ago. We talked about any chances of the market pulling back. We talked about our safe haven stocks like Merck and Pfizer. We said, look at the safe haven stocks. Stocks like, let's for example, see Merck. MRK, is it Merck? Let me see. Merck is one of those. Look at the run it's had. Let's take a look at Pepsi, PEP. This is another one. You know, even though the market's been going down the past few months, Pepsi's been going up. Let's take a look at Coca-Cola. Look at that breakout on Coca-Cola. McDonald's is another one. Let's take a look at that. Look at McDonald's, that run from 160 all the way up to around 188. That was an incredible run. All right, let me put this back to where we are here, and let's go back to today, and let's go back into the trade room here. All right, so we were just talking about safe haven stocks in the trade room at Santarelli Exchange. We went over McDonald's. We went over Pfizer, Merck. Someone asked about Tesla. I didn't care for it much. Then we went over, here's a picture of Tesla. And you guys remember how I just went over the 3 phases there are in a day. Here it is right here, guys, on Tesla, and this is Tesla from Friday. As you could see the 3 phases really clearly. Like I said, we have breakout momentum, no trade zone, breakdown momentum. And as you can see here, and like I told you, there's no gaps in between. Okay, it took me 10 years to develop this system, guys. I'm telling you, I've been through hard times. I've been through places where you're just starting out. The key is following a trade plan. I've been saying that since day one when I started my service, the Santarelli Exchange. I've been saying, guys, the key to success is discipline, following a trade plan, and knowing what you're doing. Discipline, patience, trade plan. It's extremely important, guys. So again, like I said, there's no gaps between phases. It goes right into the next phase. As you can see, here's breakout momentum. We have the no trade zone when the candles are trading between the SMAs. Once we get a crossover of the SMAs, which is the 20-day SMA below that 50-day SMA, that's a sign that the market's going to head lower. That's a sign of breakdown momentum. And what happened? We had that crossover right here, and we went into breakdown momentum. And as a trader, if you're day trading, even if you have a cash account under $25,000, all you have to do is follow the trade plan. Like I said, once you get that crossover, the 20-day below that 50-day SMA, on my trade plan, that's when I enter puts. So that's breakdown momentum. As you can see, that red channel right here, that's breakdown momentum. That's one of the phases in our 3 phases that we just talked about. Everything at TSE is in order and in detail. Detail and order are everything, guys. And like I said, you could go and follow anyone you want on Facebook, but they don't have a trade plan that works. They don't teach and they don't educate like TSE. So like I said, guys, we're looking at that. That's the breakdown momentum. And then if you remember our trade plan strategy, what do? We're looking for, if we're in a put, we're looking for that first candle above that 20-day SMA. Once you get that first green candle above that 20-day SMA, that's time to exit. That's time to exit, and then we're entering into the no trade zone. Why is it in the no trade zone? The candles are trading between the SMAs. That's the no trade zone. What happens then? Where is our entry then out of that no trade zone? Well, it's either going to be breakout momentum or breakdown momentum. And what happened? We had a breakout. We had that 20-day blue SMA cross above that red 50-day SMA. That's our buy signal with the TSE trade plan. That's our entry. And what's our exit again, guys? On our trade plan, our exit is the first candle on a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, whatever it is you're using. Right here, we're using a 1 day, and we're using a 1 minute chart, 1 minute candle. So what happened, guys? Like I said in the trade plan, we're looking for that crossover, the 20 above the red, and the red 50-day SMA, and then we're looking for that candle to be above it. And that's breakout momentum. And what happened? Once that candle went above that, following our trade plan, what happened? The stock ended up climbing, breakout momentum. You could add another quick trade there for some calls, some shares, and made some great profits. And then what happened? We had that candle cross below that 20-day blue SMA, and that exited. That means it's time to exit the trade, and that's time of a new phase coming. And what was that new phase? Well, if we're in breakout momentum, there's only 2 other phases. There's breakdown momentum or there's no trade zone. We went into the no trade zone. The candle was trading between the SMAs, and then what happened? We broke out again. And now if we zoom out of that, we can see what's going on here. We have breakout, we have profit taking, consolidation, breakout. Consolidation, breakout. And guys, it doesn't get any clearer than this. Where's that other, I wanted to show you guys another chart. I might be in here, so let's continue with this. Anyway, let me go back with this. This is what we were doing. I keep getting distracted here because I love trading, guys. I love teaching, I love educating, and I love teaching the TSE trade plan. Why? Because it works. Okay, so let's go back now to the trade room. So that was Tesla. And this is how detailed we are in the trade room, guys. We make up these charts, we teach our system, and the members are in there learning all day. So going down, we talked about Visa, what we're looking for on Visa. See, I'm just scanning through. And a lot of people, a lot of members, you know, at the end of the day or whenever they have a chance, this is what they do. They just scroll through the trade room, see what we talked about, they learn, or they might make a trade. We talked about PCG. This is PG&E Energy Company. Their stock has fallen by more than 50%, 100% in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. The stock has gotten slammed. Why? Because the California fires, PG&E, their company, their corporation, has been attributed to those fires, and if they get sued by the government or the state, that could be big troubles for PG&E. So the stock took a dive. And what we're looking for now is a possible hook pattern, which is one of the 3 chart patterns we trade at TSE. And if you see, guys, everything we do as traders at TSE has something to go with it. We have the hook patterns, the breakout momentums, and channel range-bound trades. Those are the 3 types of chart patterns that we trade. And this one's starting to turn into a hook pattern. We had the shaft, the drop, we had the base of the hook, and now we're forming that hook. So we're going to keep an eye on PG&E, PCG stocks ticker, and we'll take a look at what happens with that. Now back to the trade room. We started talking about Groupon then. So guys, what happened was I got news from Benzinga that Groupon was looking for a possible sale. They were selling their company. When I heard that, I told members about it. I said, guys, look at what's going on with Groupon here. And, you know, just like I told you guys, there's three areas in chart as well. You have your breakout, profit-taking, consolidation, breakout. Okay, it's so detailed. You could see when you have a pattern like this, guys, that you could take advantage of. Like if you have this pattern back here, you know it's going to repeat here. You know it's going to repeat here. You know it's going to be repeating here. You know it's going to be repeating here. Look at how many times that same pattern's been repeating. You're a fool if you don't take advantage of that. As a trader, that's what we look for. All these people out there that are guessing, hoping, throwing darts at the wall, it doesn't work. You need a system, you need a trade plan. And that's what TSE does, guys. We take advantage of these patterns that happen continuously, and we trade them. And we use our trade plan. Not every trade's going to be a winning trade. You know, there are going to be false signals, like we're going to go over on the diamond. And, you know, the key is when you get one of those false signals to exit the trade immediately, limit your losses, and maximize your gains on your winning trades. And that's what's important and key as a trader. But look at those patterns, guys. Like, how can you not take advantage of those? So we went over Groupon, and then watch what happened. I said, guys, look, it's happening again. You know, when I drew this chart, it only went up to right here. So that's all I seen. And then what happened? The chart's still continuing after I already drew it. Guys, it's crazy. I'm in the trade room talking about this chart pattern and how it's going to be repeating itself, and then it goes on and it does the same thing. I mean, does that sound like a system that works to you? I'd say so. And you know what? What happened then? Well, we have one of our members. Dave, your system works great. It works for people who learn it, works for people who use it. You guys could see all the members at TSE that are using our trade plan, following it, and doing well. And like I said, the best thing about TSE, we have a virtual trade account. If you're totally new to trading, what can you do? You sign up with TSE. I'm going to give you the trade plan. I'm going to give you the master trade plan on, you know, your methodology, how to pick a method, because day trading is not for everyone. We mainly do swing trading. We're going to get into that in a second, though. But, you know, we've been seeing quite a spike in volatility in the market, so now's not the time to go long. As you guys have known, I've been a call buyer for the past several years. What have you seen? A month ago, I made the video on YouTube saying, guys, this is where we need to settle down, slow down. It looks like the market's topped. It looks like we're going into breakdown mode, and the market's going to be heading lower. That was a month ago. It's on our YouTube channel. And what happened since then? The market has dropped significantly in that month, or a little bit over a month, actually, since we made that video. Okay, so like I said, the master trade plan here, you're going over your methodology, what types of trades you will focus on, what is our trading time frame, meaning, you know, what are you looking to trade? Are you looking to trade daily? Are you looking to day trade? Do you want to sit at the desk and trade all day? Do you want to come in and make one trade a week? That's what you have to do. And our TSE master trade plan, that's what it teaches. You sit down, you make a detailed plan. What is your detailed plan? Okay, well, this is the time I have to dedicate to trading. This is the time I have to dedicate to research. Then, like I said in here, what indicators will you use to find your entry and exit signals? The TSE trade plan. What indicators will we use to find entries and exits? That's the one I just read. What will we use to determine our stops? The SMAs. We always want to have 3 technical confirmations before entering a trade. Okay, we have the SMAs, we have the breakout, and we have the MACD crossover. 3 signals. And guys, this is the step-by-step approach you need to take while trading. This is what I'm doing here all day. Money management. This is something I've made for me. Treat trading as a business. This is extremely important, guys. You have to treat trading as a business. You can't just hope, wish, and throw darts and hope a trade works out. You need to follow a trade plan, you need discipline, and you need the patience to wait. And we're going to show you why here in a second. How much are we going to trade with? Like I said, it doesn't matter if you have a small account, medium account, large account. You just have to... The only thing that matters when your account changes is the stocks you need to go after. Because if you're trading garbage stocks with a small account, certainly you cannot be making large trades on those garbage stocks. You never heard someone say, hey, I got rich trading garbage stocks, companies I never heard of. Trade what matters. I like trading the best of breed stocks in each sector. Okay, determine your risk to reward ratio per trade. Okay, how much are you willing to lose? How much are you willing to make? For example, if you put $1,000 into a trade, your stop loss is 20%. You're going to lose $200. What's your max gain? If you're looking at 70%, that's a $700 gain. So your max loss is $200. Your max gain is $700. So your reward to risk ratio is 2 to 7. Okay, always perceive and protect capital. That's important, guys. I have so many traders that are eager to make trades, and they're just trading whatever they could get their hands on. Don't do that. Diversify, don't trade in the same sector. I'll have members, and guys, we've all done this before. I've done it too. Especially when a sector is hot, you say, hey, let me jump all in. Let me get Amazon, Facebook, Nvidia, Google. And what happens when those famed stocks all collapse? When one of those collapse, they're all in the Qs, the NASDAQ. So what's going to happen? Well, if the NASDAQ takes a dive, then all the stocks in that sector are going to take a dive. And they're all the tech stocks that you're trading. So what's going to happen? If one goes lower, most likely the others are going to go lower. So the key is diversification as well. But, like I said, if you're day trading, I like to focus on that one trade. I don't like to make 2 day trades at the same time. I will never do that. I like to focus on one trade at a time because that attention to detail is extremely important. And you have to remember to do that when you're day trading. And guys, I'm going to show you, if you say, hey, I'm not a day trader, just watch what's coming up. All right. Stop loss, goals, make realistic goals and expectations. That's really important, guys. If you have, I've literally had people come to me and say, Dave, I have $1,000 in my account. I need to quickly make it $15,000 for a medical bill I have. I had someone ask me that before. I said, listen, this is not going to get you there. There's no fairy tales or fantasies here. This is a real business. You have to have a trade plan. You have to have discipline. You have to have patience. And most importantly, you have to have the willpower to follow that trade plan, make those trades, follow that system. Lock in profits like greed and emotions out the door before you enter into your trade room. Psychology is really important as a trader. So leave your emotions out the door before you enter into your trade room. And like I said, have realistic expectations. If you have a $1,000 account, I'm going to show you right here in a second how to grow a $2,500 account. So we're going to go over that in a second here. All right, so what's next? I like to have weekly and monthly targets, profit targets, okay? Once achieved, stop trading, or I reduce my trade significantly and do something else with my day. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to get back those profits. Whatever I'm doing, it's always for a reason, okay? And like I said, once you have achieved your goal, and I'm going to go over that right now, but we're going to go over that in a second. I'm going to keep that there so I don't forget that, because that's an important topic, actually. Okay, so next then is trading psychology, okay? Make a daily routine, a daily checklist, and keep your records. And what I'm saying here is a daily routine. For example, a daily routine, guys, let me tell you my daily routine. My daily routine is I wake up between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. What I'll do is it usually takes me a good 45 minutes to wake up. I'm not a morning person whatsoever, so I like to have a cup of coffee. I never drank coffee before, so it's weird. All of a sudden I started drinking coffee. But anyway, I take a cup or two of coffee in the morning. I come into the office here. I'll look around. I'll see what's going on with the markets, the futures. I'll see if there's any breaking news, and then I turn on Benzinga. And like I said, Benzinga gives you everything. It gives you breaking news on any stock, any company. It really tells you what's going on in the market. Like on Friday, for example, when before it was out on the news, Benzinga came up and said Trump is not doing any further tariffs on China. And once I heard that alert, that's when I went into the trade room. I said, guys, we got to buy this market right now. Buy some calls, DIA, diamond calls, and we are going higher. And I'm going to show you what happened then. Let's take a look. Anyway, so that was some members saying that they followed the TSE trade plan, my strategy, and they made 4-figure profits. So that was that. Like I said, guys, it really works. You just have to be disciplined. You have to follow the system. What was I just talking about here now before I got... Here was the Groupon trade then, guys. Remember, when I made this, it was just right here. It went on to continue on with that pattern. So we talked about that in the trade room, and we talked about making some profits on that. Okay. Here's Groupon then, guys. Here's when I here's when I sent it out, and look at where it went then. We had the news from Benzinga. Like I said, it's important to pay for that type of stuff. As a TSE member, you're going to get that from me every day in the trade room and not have to pay $2,500. But if you have the money, Benzinga is really great, and I highly recommend it. Again, you're getting the crossover of the MACD there. You're getting a breakout. Like I said, guys, you have your breakout, profit-taking, consolidation. Breakout, consolidation, breakout. And it's something that you could see that's been happening over and over again. It's a pattern that you could take advantage of. And that's what the TSE trade plan does, guys. We take advantage of these. Look at when I sent you out the first picture, where it was. Look at where it is now. It's continuing that same pattern. Down, up. Consolidation, up. It's easy, guys. It's really easy to follow and use the trade plan to trade these types of setups. So we went over Groupon. And look at how Groupon performed. Breakout Momentum, it's just been doing the same thing. And guys, remember what I said in Breakout Momentum, how you're looking for that candle below the 20-day SMA? Guys, look at how important this is. You don't understand. When you're in Breakout Momentum, you're exiting the trade when you get a candle that's below the SMA, below the blue 20-day SMA. And look at Groupon here. Since we posted it, since it came out with the news that someone might be buying it, it's been in breakout momentum, and it's been climbing significantly up over 8.5% on the day. Okay? And once again, we had no candle, no red candle below that 20-day. So you're still in that trade. You cannot get any clearer than that. It was a great trade. Then we went over Merck, guys. Okay, we went over, what did I tell you on the trade plan? Just before, when we started this video, I gave you guys the trade plan. Okay, what's the trade plan? The trade plan is we're looking for a cross of the 20-day above the red 50-day SMA. Okay, there it is. We got the crossover, and then we're looking for that first candle above those SMAs. Okay, so we had the crossover. Here's the first candle above there. Our buy signal was on January, February, April 13th, 2018. So our buy signal was on 4/13 of 18. And guys, here's the beauty of the TSE trade plan. You don't have to day trade with it. Like I said, the most important thing is your time frame. So when we're day trading, we're looking at a 1 day, 1 minute, 1 day, 3 minute, 1 day, 5 minute chart. But when you want to expand into a swing trade instead of a day trade, all you have to do is change it from 1 day, 3 minute, or 1 day, 1 minute to a 3 or 6 month daily. That's all you have to do to shift our trade plan to a new strategy. Guys, you guys don't understand how big this is. Why do you think my company has become the size it is? It's a trade plan that is simple and easy to follow, and you could see the profits. What happened when we got that signal on Merck? We had a huge breakout on Merck. The stock went from $55 a share all the way up to over $75 a share. That's almost a 50% return in the share price. Now, if you have options on that, you're looking at 500% plus returns. That was an incredible climb, guys, and that's Breakout Momentum. Like I said, what's Breakout Momentum? We have the crossover of the SMAs, the blue 20-day above the red 50-day SMA. We're looking for that first green candle to cross above those SMAs, and that's Breakout Momentum. We are officially in Breakout Momentum phase, and we are climbing. There's that channel there. You could always make a channel between 2 points. So 2 points at the top, 2 points at the bottom. The top part are your resistance. The bottom part is your support areas. And what we're doing is we're making a channel that clearly shows a nice climb there using our strategy, using our trade plan. It's a nice trade setup, guys. So we went over that in the trade room. Then what happened? We were talking about safe haven stocks because I still feel the market is heading lower this year. I do feel we might get a pop this week. If we get a pop this week, it might last 1 or 2 weeks, and then I think we're going to head much lower. If we do not get a pop this week by Friday, I will be shorting the market. I will be buying puts, more puts on Friday. There's no doubt about that. And then here's one of our members, Urshad Murad, saying, Dave, your indicators, your trade plan also works on a 5-minute chart because I feel the 1-minute chart is too scary. And guys, that's the beautiful thing about the TSC trade plan. Like I said, it works on any time frame. It could work on a 1-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute chart, or it could work on a 3-month daily, a 6-month daily chart. And that's how simple it is. You just need the trade plan right here, these few pages, and you can follow it. The best thing is, guys, as a TSC member, you could take part of the trade challenge, the virtual trade challenge that I created. If you're new to trading, all you have to do is practice it in the virtual account. And you know what? If you make money in that virtual account, that's going to give you the confidence to say, hey, maybe I'm ready now to start trading some of my real money, my live money. And once you start doing that, guys, I'm telling you, it's the best feeling. But like I said, it's important to have the patience and discipline. You know, sometimes I might act goofy on camera and stuff, guys. But business is business, play is play. You know, you got to work hard, and then you can play harder. And you really do. You have to be patient. You have to be disciplined. You have to follow your trade plan or whatever that's working for you. If you find a system that works for you, follow it. You know, it's hard as a trade. It took me 10 years before I realized this, guys. I'm trying to save you the same mistakes. And that's something you guys have to understand. We all start at the same point in life. We all start knowing nothing. And what you do in life is based on what you learn and what you want to learn and what you want to do. Just like a doctor that says, hey, he wants to go make a 6-figure, 7-figure salary and save people's lives. What does he have to do to achieve that goal? Well, he has to go to undergraduate school. He has to go to graduate school or medical school. You know, then he has to do residency, and then he has to do an internship. You know, so there's always a path to wherever you want to go in life. You're not going to start on that path and have instant success. You know, you have to build your way up. If you're a new trader, you have to understand the importance of a daily routine, your watch list, your charts. This is why traders have many screens, you know, so we could watch those crossovers as they're happening, you know, and we're going to go over some more of our trades and how we did on them, you know. But guys, that's really important. You know, you have to understand that when it comes to business, when it comes to trading, trading is your business. You got to treat trading as a business. And it's as simple as being disciplined, patient, and following your trade plan. Follow whatever works. But it's important to be detailed. You have to be detailed. You have to be disciplined. These guys that are in Facebook groups posting all day, you know, they're not traders. I'm sorry, they're not traders. You got to be disciplined and patient, guys, and you got to do what you do. There's a lot of people out there pushing smoke up your ass. You know, sorry to be blunt, but I'm telling you, There's a lot of people out there I've seen that don't have a clue what they're doing. Don't have a clue. So like I said, guys, this trade plan, it's free. I'll give it to anyone out there. I want to see you guys succeed. But let's go back to our trade room at Central Exchange, see what we're doing. So we were talking about Merck and how we had that big breakout then, that big climb from $55 a share to over $75 a share. And we were talking about our trade plan, how that worked. I put the trade, here's the link for the trade challenge, the trade plan here. I posted that in the group. And then what happened, we talked about JP Morgan. We talked about Warren Buffett just having a huge stake in JP Morgan, the banks. Dr. Phil Nicholson, he posted about he used the MACD as a crossover, and he used the TSE trade plan, and it worked out perfectly. He was seeing a patient at the time, but great trade. Levi Javier, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, I'm sorry, but LMT was a great setup this morning. Textbook TSE. As usual, he missed it though. So, at least it's good though. He's following the system, and, you're seeing that it works. He said, my problem is I have tunnel vision on one or two stocks, and I don't pay attention to the 30 other stocks. And you know what? That's an important topic as well. That's why we have multiple charts. That's why we have more computers here. We got MacBooks all over the place here. You just have to look at stuff, and you have to be able to have your eyes in as many charts as you can. And that's one reason why I tell members, have a watch list for each of our trade strategies. Have a watch list for breakout momentum. Have a watch list for channel range bound. Have a watch list for hook patterns. And then that way you could see, if you want to link one, you can link one on my watch list. The nice thing about my watch list, if I click on something here, it'll come up right here. I have them linked, which is incredible. I like eTrade Pro for that. You have a watch list, you could link it right here by clicking link, and then whatever you click here will go over here. So that's great. Then he says, Square, another textbook TSE setup. Picture perfect. We were talking about Oracle because I guess Warren Buffett got another position in Oracle. And we're seeing that crossover right now happening. First off, we had that MACD crossover right back here. A little bit before November. We had the 10-day cross above the 20-day. And, so guys, when you're looking at the 10-day crossing above the 20-day, that's a sign of breakout momentum. But that one is a little bit quicker as far as the lagging indicators go than the 20 crossing above the 50-day SMA. So I like to enter when the 20 crosses above the 50-day SMA, but I also showed them, hey, if you're looking at the 10-day crossing above the 20, you could have entered there. Or if you looked at the MACD, when the MACD crossed, we had a crossover there, back there. That was a little bit before even the 10-day cross above the 20-day SMA. So we had some great signals there. Oracle, Warren Buffett, I think, just got into them. The members said we should see that easily continue to climb. Or, like I said, we could look for our exit signals by following the 10 or 20-day SMA. So the 10-day SMA is going to be a little bit tighter of a stop if you're trading that. So if you have the candle below that 10-day, that could be a tight stop for you. Or if you want a looser stop for a longer-term trade, maybe 6 months out or further, then you could use that 20 or that 50-day SMA on a longer-term trade. On a shorter-term trade, you're going to be looking at that 5-10-day SMA. If you're trading a day trade, a weekly trade, you're going to be looking at that 5 or 10-day SMA compared to that 50 or 20-day SMA on a swing trade. Okay? All right, so we went over that. Next, we went over a possible day trade setup. So this was great because we're doing this live, guys. This is the live trade room. Okay, so I said here's a possible day trade setup on the Diamond ETF. What we're looking for is a crossover, the 20-day above that red 50-day SMA. We had the crossover of the MACD a little bit earlier in the day, around 11:55 p.m. or a.m. I'm sorry. So we had that crossover on the MACD around 11:55 a.m. And then we had the 20-day coming above that 50-day red SMA there. That's our entry. That's what we're looking for. I said, guys, let's be on the lookout. Let's watch for it. Let's see if it happens. If it happens, I'm going to be entering into it. So let's take a look what happened then. I told them. What happened here? We got up close to it. We had a red candle. I said, guys, look at what I said here. I posted that picture. I said, watch this. It's a possible entry. I said 253, I'm looking for a candle for a possible entry. It did not get up to 253. It broke down, and we did not enter into the trade. So you see there that if you follow the TSC trade plan and disciplined enough to wait for that breakout, which we did not get, we had the failed red candles. Remember we said we're looking for the green candles when I just read it to you. We're looking for a green candle when the 20-day crosses above the red 50-day SMA, a green candle, and then that confirmation of the green candle right after that. As you see, we got the crossover of the 20 above the red 50-day SMA, but then we had those red 1-minute candles after that, and then we had some counting crows here, and we had the market collapse a little bit more before we got that Trump tweet. So that was not an entry, and as you can see here in the trade room, I say, see that? We were patient. We waited for an entry. We did not get it. Now we move on. That trade is over. It's in the no trade zone, or it's doing something else now. Forget about it. Don't harp on it. It was a failed trade. Well, it wasn't a trade. We didn't get that confirmation, so we didn't even make the trade. Okay? We were patient. We waited for that green candle. We did not get it. So we did not enter into the trade. And that's part of being a patient, disciplined trader, is knowing when to enter a trade and knowing when it's a failed trade. I mean, a failed setup, I should say, because we're not in the trade. But that was a great setup there. And like I said, we followed our trade plan. We did not get an entry. And we said, you know what? No entry, no go. Move on to the next trade there. And like I said here, I said, now move on. We did not get our signal. We did not enter into the trade. Move on. I said, don't force trades. Follow the trade plan. Let them have a setup that we're looking for. And our setup that we're looking for is right in our trade plan. I said, that's all we are doing as traders. We're looking at news, markets, and companies, watching for these setups that we want to trade. As a trader, you trade setups and patterns, or you invest for longer term. But still, you need to understand what's going on in the market. Find those setups. When we get our signal, we enter or close. We had a member ask about Apple. We had a support line on Apple that it seemed the stock was starting to go back up from a while ago. And that's the importance of drawing good support and resistance lines. As we're going down here, we talked about Visa. This is actually a trade we're still in, guys. Visa right now is in consolidation. We got in a little bit early because I seen the crossover the MACD here. We're in consolidation. So we got into this trade a little early. That's okay though. We have the December monthly expo for this, which is great. So what we're looking for is a breakout above this little channel right here, the shaded in yellow channel. We get a breakout of that channel. I'll be adding more calls to my position. If we get a break below that channel, I will be exiting that position and taking a loss. For those, you're always going to have winning and losing trades. The important thing is knowing when to take a losing trade. And that's the one thing I'm teaching at TSC now every single day. You have to be disciplined enough to follow your trade plan, know when your entries, and know your exits. And then I said, if V has a body or a candle that closes below this channel, I'll sell. If it breaks above, I will add to the position. I said that 11:16, 12:28 p.m. Okay, and then we're getting ready here. Levi just said QQQ broke down. And then I tell them, I said, guys, remember, when trading between the SMAs, that's a no trade zone. I showed them a picture of, this is Walmart here. You know, they were wanting to enter Walmart. Guys, this is breakdown momentum. This is something I tell you guys about all the time. Breakdown momentum, consolidation, breakdown. You know, profit taking, and then you have breakdown, consolidation, breakdown. Profit taking, consolidation, breakdown, consolidation, breakdown. Guys, these are easy patterns to follow for money. These are easy patterns. And I'm going to go over how to make money with them with a small account in a second here. So we went over that. And then I said, team, Trump and China, get in markets, get calls, get diamond calls, diamond ETF, buy the calls. I said that at 12:35. I started getting it at 12:34. That was at 12:35. Okay? 12:35. I said, guys, get in the market. The markets are going to head higher. Trump just tweeted there's not going to be any tariffs on China, any new tariffs. So I, in capital letters, said, team, Trump and China, get in markets, calls, diamonds, no tariffs. They asked about diamond calls. I said, yes. I told them what to get, and that was at 12:35. And if we look here, guys, look at this. So here is 12:30, here's 12:34, and here's 12:35. We got in right when we had right after we had the crossover on the MACD, the crossover of the SMAs, and look at that climb, guys. This may not look like a lot, but this is the diamond ETF. The diamond here was at 250, 250 before that Trump announcement. So 25,250 the Dow was at, okay? 25,250, okay? And then what happened? We went all the way up to 25.5. That is a 250-point climb. That's over a 1% climb in the market. The Dow climbed 1% during that time. What happened then? Let's take a look. Well, my student that was here, he got into that trade. Let's see how he did. Here was the exit. When we exited the trade, I told them to enter the trade here. We exited the trade following our trade plan. Okay, we got in the diamond calls, the weekly diamond calls for that day's expo here, and we closed them up here once we got our signal when the candle dropped below that 10-day SMA. So we got that signal there. There was our profit. The Dow from 253 is where we entered. We exited at 254.50. So that is a what? That is a 150-point gain on the Dow we captured using some calls. Some weekly calls as a day trade. Now let me show you what a small account did. I think he posted it in here. And guys, look at how we took the profits at good timing. I'm going to show you how to take profits at the top here in another video. But look at how we took our profits and then the stock started to drop off. That's what's key, guys, is knowing when to take profit. If you know when to take profit, you're going to do very well as a trader. If you're hesitant and do not hold there because you get greedy and you think that the stock's going to continue to climb, that's where you're going to screw up your account. That's where you're going to blow your account. You have to take your profits. You have to be disciplined. You have to dedicate your time. You have to dedicate your life while you're in a trade, you know? So, like I said, you got our signal, we're out of the trade. You're not hoping, wishing, guessing that it goes higher. You're not being greedy. You're not being a pig. Remember, bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. Don't ever be greedy. Once we get that signal, we're out of the trade. We take our profits, we run. So, then what happened now? You see all the members that are saying, that was a Benzinga alert, like I said. We heard on Benzinga, the newswire, that Trump was not doing the tariffs. We got in these trades before it even came out on the news that Trump was not raising the tariffs for China. And they said, that's why we are all here. That's why we pay to have you. And they're all happy. You see the members making the trades. They did wonderful. Scott said, thanks for that fantastic alert, Dave. I mean, guys, my members, they're making money. You could go in the trade room and see this right now. The SantarelliExchange.com, the trade room is open. You could go in there and see all the members that are making money on these trades. and following the trade plan. If you're disciplined and follow the trade plan and know our entries and our exits, you're going to do well. If you don't have the discipline to follow that, I'm sure you're not going to be successful in many things that you do. Sorry, but that's the truth. You have to be detailed, you have to be disciplined, you have to be patient. Like I said, you see me a lot of times being goofy on camera when I'm not working, but when it comes to work, I am dedicated on this. You could ask my wife, you could ask my daughter when she gets older. During work hours, I do not like to be bothered. I lock the door. I literally lock the door in my trade room once I come here, because I don't want to be bothered by emotions, by fears, by anything going on in the outside world. All my focus on is those candles and my trade plan. That's all I'm focusing on during the hours of 9 to 4. 9 to 4, I'm watching the charts, I'm watching my setups, I'm following my trade plan, and that is it. I am disciplined, I am detailed, and I do not miss a single beat to what's going on. So, you see the members, they did great. Let's see. And look at what happened, guys. We took our profit up here following our trade plan. What happened, guys? Look at where we sold and took our profits, and look at what happened with the market afterwards. If you held and wished and guessed and hoped, you lost all your profits from when we got in down here. So we sold near the top, and I think one of the members posted a picture of their gains. Let me see. Here's John saying, congratulations on the DIA. Day trade Dave, wonderful trade. I missed out. He was at a real estate appointment. Here it is right here. So Ed got into the trade. He made a small $432 trade. Guys, this is what's great. He has a small account, a $2,000 account, right? He only put $432 into the trade. He sold it for $548, $115.38 he made in 13 minutes. 13 minutes, he took $400 and turned it into $550. That's incredible, guys. Made $148 net profit. I'm sorry, not net, because he's got to take out commissions, which the commissions on his account are way too high. But he had a realized gain of $148. After commissions, $115.38. Think about that, guys. Really, think about it. $115 net gain. $148.42 before commissions in less than 15 minutes with a small account, with less than $500. About $400 was all it took, and he made $150. What type of gain is that? Let me see. I think he put a... I don't know if he had a picture. Guys, here's something that we went over then. Look at the diamond. We followed our trade plan, right? Now, if we want to drop those 3 phases I just talked about, the breakout, breakdown, and the no trade zone, look at this, guys. Here is the diamond chart that we just traded. I showed them. I said, here's our breakout. We took our profits right here. See the green arrow right here. Let me show you guys this, because this is so important. Let me see. You guys see this? This is where we entered into that trade, okay? We entered into that trade at what time? 12:34. We exited the trade up here. That's following our trade plan, okay? That's following our trade plan right here, that it's all lined out. The 3 phases, the breakout momentum, the no trade zone, the breakdown momentum. This is what we have here. We have we had the breakout momentum, the no trade zone, and then we had the no trade zone should be all the way down here. That just didn't go down. Here was the no trade zone. Here's the breakdown momentum, no trade zone, breakout momentum. And guys, it's so easy to follow these patterns. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. And with the TSE trade plan, guys, that's what we're doing. we're finding these systems and we're trading them. It's really easy, and we're making large profits doing so. Like I said, if a new trader that knew nothing about trading, that guy, the student I just had at my class here this past week, if he took $432 and made, watch this, so 548, divide that by 432. His net profit was 26.85%. So he just made 26.85%. Now think if you just had a $5,000 account and made 26.8%. So $5,000, multiply that by 0.2685. A $5,000 trade, you're making $1,342 profit. And guys, this is how we're going to go into this section now of this class. How to grow a $2,500 account. Trade plan, patience to wait for those setups that we just talked about, which are right here somewhere. Where is it? Where did I just put that? Here it is. All right, so guys, like I said, when I say the patience to wait for these setups, this is what I'm talking about. We're waiting for these moments. We're waiting for breakdown momentum, or when it's trading in the no trade zone, we're waiting for either breakdown momentum or breakout momentum after the no trade zone. After the no trade zone, you're always either going to get breakout momentum or breakdown momentum. So as you can see here in that no trade zone, when the candles are trading between the SMAs, that's no trade zone. Okay, breakout momentum is when we have the 20-day cross above the 50-day and we have the candles above, clearly above those SMAs. So we have the breakout momentum, and then we are selling when we get a candle below either the 20 or the 10-day SMA, depending on the type of breakout that's happening on that chart. Okay, so then we go into the no trade zone, and what happens, like I said back here, we're either going to have breakout momentum or breakdown, and after this no trade zone, we had breakdown momentum. And then after the breakdown, we went to the no trade zone, and then we had the breakout momentum. Now, let's see here. We did another trade after this. And guys, this is the importance of drawing up a chart. If you look at this chart, there's nothing there. This is that same chart we were just looking at. This is that same chart. Do you see how if we draw up our charts and really focus in on these trades, then we could see these patterns, we could take advantage of it? Because if you're looking at this compared to this is the same chart that you're looking at. This is the same chart as this. That's from right here going forward. So right here, right? I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same chart. There's the no trade zone, there's the breakdown, and then there's that news. So here's the two same charts. But we're able to follow one and trade one, and the other we're not. Okay, so that's simple, guys. Now let's go down here. Let's continue on. What is this? Oh, we made a Facebook trade up here, I believe. I think I went too fast. I think I missed it. Oh, yep, here it is. The Facebook crossover. Okay, we went over Facebook when it was 139.12. We said, guys, here's the crossover happening. Here's our entry. Guys, remember our trade plan. You know, you see all these idiots in other groups saying, hey, you know, about TSE. But you know what? Where the hell is that paper? Here it is. So here is our trade plan. I disorganized everything here. So here's the two papers, okay? Here's the trade plan. Here it is in action. And like I said, we're waiting for that crossover, the 20 above the red 50-day. We had that happen here. We go into the trade room. I said, guys, we had the crossover. This was at 1435. 1435. So 1435 is right there. $14.30 we showed it. $14.35. Oh, we're looking at diamond. That's why. I'm saying, why doesn't that look right? Here it is here. $14.35. Here was the crossover. $14.35 is when I sent that out. That was right here. If we go back here, you could see that. There it is right here, $14.35. $14.35 right here. And what happened, guys? Look at that breakout momentum. You see how it broke that SMA? We had our entry. What happened? We continued to climb, climb, climb. And our member that was here at my office took advantage of that. So we made the diamond trade. We made the Facebook trade. Dr. Phil got in Pepsi following the TSC trade plan. There's the chart with nothing on it. This is why I'm trying to teach you guys. It's important to get as much details as you can. And then here was the trade they made on Facebook. You know, it was a small trade for only $100. $100. This was his Facebook trade. So Facebook, he got in for $106, sold it for $131.52. What type of gain is that? And this is you can't get any smaller than that. 131.52. Divide that by 106.48. So he made a 23.516% gain on that trade. So guys, like I'm saying here, this trade right here made 23.516%. Okay? So if you have let's just say you have a $2,500 account. Multiply that by 0.23516% return. That's a $587 profit on a single trade. Okay? That's why I'm telling you guys, if you are patient, okay, let me put this back up here so we could continue with class. I just wanted to show you the importance of that. Let me put this back up. All right, guys, so back to this now. If we are patient with a $2,500 account, if you have a small account, guys, right? If you guys have a small account, watch this. So, how to grow a $2,500 account, a trading account. Trading options with no margin, just a cash account, guys. You don't need a margin account. You don't need anything. All you need is a cash account. You don't need $25,000. $2,500 is fine. Watch this. If you're following the trade plan, like you've seen, we had two trades. One of them made a 23.51% return. The other one, where did I write it down? Wrote it down here somewhere. The other one made a... Where did I write it down? The other one made a, what, 38% return, we said? I think the other one made a 38% return. So if that one made a... I thought I wrote it down here. So if that one made a 38% return and the other one made a 23% return, like I said, guys, let's watch this and see what happens now. So if you just start with a $2,500 account, right? If you start with $2,500, let's say you only put $1,000. Let's say you only put $1,500 of that into a trade. So you're not using your entire account still, because you still don't want to risk your entire account on a single trade. But with a smaller account, you have to do things a little bit differently until you build your account. So if I had a 25, like I said, I'm not a broker. I'm not licensed. I'm not anything like that. And I'm just an educator here. I'm teaching you guys my system, how I trade. Okay? So if you have a $2,500 account, let's say you only put $1,500 of that into a trade. Okay? Now, if you're waiting for those right setups, and by the way, this guy that's taking my class, Mr. Ed here, he didn't know a single thing he didn't even know what the stock market was. He's a Brazilian guy. He's a real estate agent at my headquarters at Santarelli Exchange, and he came to take a class. He didn't know anything. In a week, I taught him, and he's making these trades. You know, that's incredible. So that's great, guys. If he could do it, any of you can do it. Like I said, the key is following a trade plan and having the discipline to follow the system. So again, let's go into how to build a $2,500 account. So $2,500 account, if you're putting $1,500 into a trade, right? If you're putting $1,500 into a trade and it makes a, what did we say? Let's say the 23.5% return. The other one made a 38% return. Let's say this $1,500 trade only makes 23.5%. So 1,500, multiply that by 0.23516. That means this little $1,500 trade just made you $352.74 net profit. So again, if you have a $2,500 account, right, and you only put $1,500 into that trade that we just made on Facebook, for example, your $1,500 is now worth $1,852.74, meaning you have a net profit of $352.74. You took $1,500 and you made $352 net profit in each one of these candles represent 1 minute. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Around 18 minutes. You took $1,500 and in 18 minutes you made $352. Best thing is, you have the TSE trade plan that you're following and able to make these trades, guys. Like I said, it does not get any simpler than the no trade zone, breakout momentum, breakdown momentum, and following our system at TSE. So if you do have a small account, guys, it's very easy to grow that account. You just have to be disciplined. You know, the people who are saying, I need to trade, I need to trade, I need to trade, they're not the ones that are going to succeed. There's a reason why 90 to 95% of retail traders fail. And that is because of greed, emotions, lack of a trade plan, lack of discipline, and most importantly, lack of patience. Like I said, if I'm sitting here from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 or 5 p.m., and I just make 2 day trades and they're winning day trades, I'm happy with that. If I make 3 trades and 2 of them are losers, 1's a winner, I'm still going to come ahead because the stops are so tight with our trade plan and where we're entering. If we enter right here on the crossover and that next candle goes below, that's our stop, guys. And that's so easy, and that's a small loss. It's a really small loss if it hits your stop. It goes out, and those winning trades are going to make huge profits. And again, on Friday, we did not have a losing trade. We did not have a losing day trade on Friday, which was great. And you can go back in there and check it for yourself. So like I said, guys, if you just made that one trade, and then let's say you took the other $1,000 and let's say you took that remaining $1,000 and you put it in that other trade that made that 38% return. So $1,000 times that by 0.38, that equals $380. So on just two trades, you made over $720 with only a $2,500 account. So like I said, guys, if you're patient and disciplined, able to follow the TSE trade plan, you could do really well. You know, nothing like this was taught at TSE. That's why I had to do a change with some of the people we had working at our company. I want to teach you guys. I want to show you exactly how it's done, and that's what we're doing. It's a trade plan that works. You see the members making money with it. You see them doing well. Like I said, guys, we also have that virtual trading account where you guys could go in there, virtually trade, get the hang of our system and everything, not spend $1 on a trade, and trade it virtually until you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, then you could start trading real money. Like I said, guys, when it comes to trading, I am business. I'm all talk. I'm serious. Outside of my trade room is when I like to have fun and enjoy life. When I'm inside my trade room, it's business and it's money. Because let me tell you guys now what I do. As far as account management goes, well, it's 10 o'clock already. We've been doing this for like an hour and a half. But anyway, going back to this, we could possibly save this for another video. But for example, I have, someone was asking me about your budget and planning your trades. Let me give you my quick example. So my example is my bills are around $13,000 a month. So if you put $13,000 on a piece of paper, okay, you put $13,000, there's 21 trading days per calendar month, okay? So if I need to make $13,000 just to pay my bills, which is a lot, I understand, but I live a pretty good lifestyle. But if I need to make $13,000 a month just to break even on my bills, that means $13,000, divide that by 21 days, trading days per month. That means I have to make $619 per day, okay, per trading day. So I need to make $619 per day, trading day, to make that happen. So 619 times 5, that comes out to $3,095 per week. That's what I have to make to live my lifestyle. And I'm giving you this, not showing off, not showing anything, but showing you guys how it is to make a trade plan, how it is to budget like I do. Like I said, I'm not licensed, I'm not a broker, I'm just giving you my opinion and from my experience. So, like I said, if I need to make $13,000 for my bills, which is what my bills are per month, I need to make $13,000. That comes out to me needing to make $619 per day to live my lifestyle, which is $3,095 per week. So, you know, you get many people saying, oh, why do you trade small? Why do you trade large? Well, when the market's in breakout momentum, I like to trade larger trades. When we're in a no trade zone and I'm day trading, I don't have to make large trades. For example, guys, if I put in let's just say I put in only $5,000 into a trade that makes me 38%, okay, on a day trade. 5,000 times 0.38, that's $1,900 profit. That's only on a $5,000 trade. So as you could see, I need to make $619 per day, per trading day, for me to live my $13,000 a month lifestyle with my Porsche, my house, my business, all my business expenses, and all my family expenses, including a restaurant and everything that I own. Okay, so yes, $13,000, that's $156,000 a year just in bills alone. So I don't make a profit for me until after $156,000 I need to make. So that first $156,000 goes towards bills. And like I said, for me to live this lifestyle, I need to make $619. So now let's just say you took a $3,000 account. $3,000 and you make one trade that makes, let's say, that 27%, right? So $3,000, multiply that by 0.27, that made $810. 3,000, multiply that by 0.27, $810. So with only $3,000, and if you're patient and disciplined enough to wait for those phases that I talked about, the breakout, breakdown momentum, or the no trade zone, if you're patient enough to wait for those signals, you could live a lifestyle like I live with just a $3,000 account. If you're patient, disciplined, follow a trade plan, and have good money management budget routine. So like I said, guys, for me to make money, I need to surpass $13,000 a month in profits. You know, it's a lot of money. But when you see me not posting in Facebook groups all day, because that, you know, I actually trade and work for a living, you know, I'm not in Facebook groups all day. I'm actually doing this stuff. Like I said, you have to follow your plan. So if I'm in a trade, my eyes are fixated on that chart. When I exit, I immediately let members know. Another thing, guys, those of you that aren't TSC members, day trades are only made in the trade room because you could be in and out of them quick. And it's just based on the SMAs and the candle crossing below or above those. So it could be quick. That's why we do not send out an alert for day trades. A swing trade, like I said, we use the same trade system on swing trades or investments or longer term in trades, just by changing the time frame of the chart. So if we go from a 1 minute, 1 day chart, or a 1 minute, or I'm sorry, a 3 minute, 1 day chart, or a 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 1 day chart, and then we change it to a daily 3 month, a daily 6 month chart, we can expand this trade plan and use the same thing. Like, for example, on Walmart, let's take a look at the Walmart trade we made at TSC just a few weeks ago. You know, people ask about this stuff, and here it is right here, guys. Here it is right here. Let me make it a little smaller. Here is our Walmart trades. I think you can see this over here. So what happened? We got the Walmart November 16th 100 strike call, and we got the November 23rd 97 strike call. As you can see, I only got 10 contracts of each. That means this trade only costed $2,210, and this trade here only costed $3,100. So total, it only costed $5,310 for these two trades. Look at the gains we had on that. 155% return, 171% return. That small $3,000 trade is now worth $8,425. That small $2,210 trade is now worth $5,675. The both trades costed me $5,310. They're both now worth $14,000. So we took $5,310 and we turned it into $13,000. Guys, and that's following the TSC trade plan. We closed out of that trade. We took our profits. Now let's take a look at the chart for Walmart. Here is the chart on Walmart right here. Let's put it on this chart. WMT. Let's look at the 3-month chart now, or 6-month chart. Here is the 3-month chart right here, guys. So as you can see, again, we had that crossover. We had that SMA crossover right here. This is where we entered the Walmart trade, and we took profits using the 10-day. Let's put on the 10-day up there. 10-day I always have is yellow. And then look at that, guys. On this candle right here, first off, if you see, like I have in the trade plan, and like I've been teaching you guys, if you get a body of the candle that's below the previous body, that's a sign that the momentum has shifted and the stock's going to head lower. And that's all in the trade plan that I've shared in videos weeks ago, before this was even happening. I said, guys, what we're doing, the trade plan, look at and notice when you have a breakout. You're seeing each of those green candles, the body above the previous body. See this body here? It's higher than that body. This body's higher than that body. That body's higher than that body. Once you get that red candle that surpasses below the previous two body candles, that's a sign of the market shifting, or that stock shifting directions there. So what happened then? We had the cross below that 10-day SMA, that yellow 10-day SMA. We said, guys, let's take our profits. We had huge profits on that trade. We said, let's lock it in. I don't like the way it's looking now. And what happened? We continued to drop. We blew through the 20-day SMA. We blew down below the 50-day SMA, and now that's in breakdown momentum on Walmart. So we took profits when we were supposed to take profits on our Walmart trade following the TSE trade plan. And like I said, guys, these trades, it's all following a trade plan that we could follow for nice profits. You know, members are even saying, you know, like they Uber all day to make $100, and they're making it in 15 minutes here, just following a trade plan. You know, it's great when you see your members so happy and ecstatic that they're making money. And like I said, guys, you could go into the trade room and see. You know, when you have members making money following a trade plan, I don't care what anyone else says. That's what matters. Let's see now. I don't think we did anything after that. Don't think we made any other trades. Here we were talking about PepsiCo. PepsiCo just had a cross above the SMAs there. I can see this one going up to 125. We just broke major resistance going back from July and August of this year. We just broke resistance, so I expect PepsiCo to keep climbing. And also PepsiCo is one of those safe haven stocks that investors like to put their money into because it pays a good dividend, and they park their cash into these what did I just say the word there? Safe haven stocks. So investors will park their money into these safe haven stocks that pay a good dividend. So they're still getting that dividend check every month, every quarter. And then usually, like I said, since it's a safe haven stock, when the market heads lower, these will continue to rise. So that's even further implications to me that the market's still going to be heading lower. Like I said, this week I think we can have a climb because historically we do have a climb during Thanksgiving and Black Friday week. So I do expect maybe the retail sector to get a nice boost there. You know, like your retail stocks, Kohl's, Target, Walmart, Amazon, even possibly. So we'll be looking at those stocks this week for a possible day trade, swing trade, whatever it is we're looking for. If we do not get a pop this week, that's even a worse sign that we're going to head much lower. So like I said, guys, I made a video on this over a month ago about these markets heading lower. And as you can see, it's right on the YouTube channel. Those days are on there, clearly marked, and we continued lower. So like I said, guys, right now when you have implied volatility that's increased and higher, it's a great idea to day trade, because what you can do, you can capture those large moves, those volatile moves in those stock prices with day trades. And like I said, you could get nice daily breakout momentum, breakdown momentum, and you could trade these signals using our TSE trade plan and make nice profits. Like I said, all you need to do is make one trade that makes that 28% return on a day trade, and you could live the same lifestyle like I live. So like I said, how to grow a $2,500 account, trade plan, patience to wait for setups, and discipline. 1, 2, 3, how to grow a $2,500 account. And like I said, if you have a $2,500 account, let's say you only put $1,500 into a trade, and it made that, what did we say, 26 or 27% return. 1,500 times 0.27, no, 1,500 times 0.26. What was that example we gave? 2.3. Okay. 1,500 times 0.23516. Okay, so that was it. So if you just made a 23.5% return on $1,500 trade, that's a $352.74 profit. Think about that. It only took $1,500 to make $350. If you make $352.74 a day and multiply that by 5 days a week, that's $1,763.70 per week. You multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, that's a salary of $91,712.40. And that's only using a $1,500, making 23.516% return on a trade. Having the discipline, patience, and trade plan to follow these setups, guys. It doesn't get much more simple than that. This is what I'm teaching every day at TSE inside the trade room and inside the SantaRelli Exchange.com. So guys, like I said, it's really easy. All you need is the trade plan. Here is the master trade plan of 2018 at the Santa Valley Exchange. And then here is the trading checklist, day trading checklist that, like I said, you could also take and turn it from a 1 minute, 1 day to a 3-month daily chart and use that same trade plan to make profits on that system. And guys, it's really that easy. I'm telling you, if you become a member, I can personally help you. You could trade the virtual trading account first and get your feet wet and, save your money and, learn the system first. If you feel more comfortable doing that, that's fine. That's what I'm here for. That's what, I'm in the trade room for. So if you need help, I'm always there to help you. I'll never say no. I'm always there to help my members. I want to see you guys do well. Guys, like I said, we all started in the same place. We all started at the same time. If you start off, it took me 10 years to get where I'm at. And in that 10 years, I'm still learning more every single day. You're never going to stop learning in this career. You're never going to stop learning in the stock market. But the key is to not make the same mistakes that others had. You're really smart and intelligent if you could learn from other people's mistakes. My buddy, actually, the TSE new CFO said that today to me. He said, tell your members about how, and it's a known fact that if you are a smart and intelligent person, if you could learn from others' mistakes and avoid those mistakes just by looking at someone else. And think about that, guys. That's important. When you're seeing someone that's been in the market for a decade and teaching a system and, helping you, take advantage of that. Because when I first started, I wish there was a service like this. I wish there was something. And that's why you see all the great reviews for the Santa Valley Exchange. Because I'm there to help my members, and I'm there to give them a trade plan that works, and the education, the classes, and support. Alright guys, so again, master trade plan checklist, how to grow a small account, and you've seen the members in the trade room, you've seen them making money, you've seen them how excited they were, how happy they were, and you've seen our system in action. So I don't know how much more you could get out of that, but you see our trade plan in action, making profits, making members profits. You see how to grow a small account. You have a trade plan here. You have the master trade plan. What else do you need, guys? Come join the SantaValleyExchange.com, and we'll see you in the trade room. All right, guys, that was tonight's class. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I will get back to them. All right, let me know what you thought of this style of class. If you like this style of class better, or if you like when I do the webinars better, or when I do an edited version of a video, let me know what you like better. I personally like doing this because I like having printouts to go over stuff with you guys, doing some live interactions, and then showing some charts and things like that. So let me know what you thought, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will continue doing these. Alrighty, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.